Well, hello, folks. You're off the beaten trail with Edward this Saturday afternoon. Little sunset here looking to the west. We're going to look towards the east and see if we can catch a little sunset here today. Up where I normally catch sunrises at Heritage Hall. It's originally built in 1905 as Western Michigan University's first building. It housed administration and housed gymnasium and classrooms. After 1925, it was just the ladies' gymnasium. The men had a new facility that's kind of behind me, out of sight. But yes, the first president, President Waldo of Western Michigan University, is an intern here. And I've shown you his grave and other videos. Off here, you can just see it through the trees and get a little better angle, is North Hall, which was Western's original school of business. And it was raised years ago, but they kept the facade. There were wings that came off from that facade to the left and the right, and of course behind it, and those are gone, but they kept the facade. And really beautiful area here on the grounds. This building was originally over 53,000 square feet, and many years ago fell into some disrepair, and this whole wing of the building is brand new. It used to be the same age, of course, built in 1905, and it extended way out here into the parking lot. And it was the same size on the other side of the building over here. It extended out a ways and so forth, and it was the same beautiful design that you have here. And we'll just walk around this side, but the college decided that they were going to keep this. It was very historical, and of course the president of the college was buried here, and they redid the whole place, and it's just beautiful. I have had a tour inside, and next time I'm gonna make a video on that. It was years ago when I wasn't doing videos yet, but I will make one. Today it's now known as Heritage Hall, and it's the WMU Alumni Center and special gathering center and so forth. Offices, and they have restored the inside as well. Take a little walk up here a second and I'll be right back with you. Well, now you see from this direction, instead of a sunrise, we can see the downtown area of Kalamazoo, the central city area, with the sun just about ready to set. Not many trees have turned color yet. That won't take long. Over here you can see the Hinman skyrise, the telephone company. Down here would be Bronson Park in this area. And of course the central city. The new Justice Center is right there. And you can just see right there where you see the steam in the air, goes behind the trees there. That's the graphic packaging company, the paper mill as it were, here in town. The Kalamazoo River is just on the other side of that plume. When you can see the eastern edge of the valley, the ridge running along, and right in there is Riverside Cemetery, where the famous Devil's Bench or Demon's Bench, the Haunted Bench, or Lucifer's Living Room is at. And I made a video on that here recently as well for Halloween. But it won't be long here and the colors will be changing. Of course, this is the front of Heritage Hall, and see the sun is about 10 minutes away from setting. Of course, the President Waldo's grave, his crypt, is right here. Dwight Waldo. And back in the day, his office was right up here. He could look out. In 1905 and view the sunrises across the valley. And I can tell you, in 1905, there was absolutely nothing that you see here that was built. There would be a couple of the churches that would be downtown here. You could see the steeples, of course, that are now gone, some in this whole area. And a couple of the taller buildings, manufacturing buildings. You could certainly see the Henderson Ames building for its height, and the lower height of the trees you see here in the neighborhood. As these now are between 100 and 150 years old, many of these trees. Some of them down next to the Hinman skyrise there, just to the right of there, are really old, big oaks. Most of the homes that you see here in the Vine Street neighborhood were built. Oh, there are some Victorians down here. So you're looking late 1890s, might even be in 1880s in there on Wheaton Street. I'd have to look. But a lot of the rest of these right here were homes that were built after World War I. And so forth. And you can tell by the styles and the designs. I went to elementary school right over here. It was Vine Street Elementary School. I went there kindergarten, first, second, and third grade. Yep. We lived in the neighborhood right there, and I would walk about, I believe it was 6 blocks all the way over to school. No problem. When it was raining, I had to remember to wear my rubbers. Yes, sir. Back then, kids was watching Johnny Quest, begging to buy them PF flyers. No, they were $1.49 more than the Converse, and so I never got PF flyers, but I got to watch Johnny Quest. We had fun down here when we were kids. Then we moved out on a farm. And it was a whole different story then. But it was good too. I'll be right back. I think it's really cool that Western is kind of rigged for the holidays here of Halloween. Their manhole covers, or I'm sorry, access covers, are not only made in the USA, but they're shaped like a spider web. I like this. Made in the USA. Yep. Drains to waterways. Oh my God. Dump no waste. Dump no waste, because this drains down into the Kalamazoo River, or one of the waterways. So, go over here a second and take a little look at North Hall as the sun is setting. Over here to the east, to the west. I'm used to saying east. So many sunrises up here. That's nice, isn't it? Western School of Business. There's been a lot of photographs taken there with alumni over the years, standing there in their cap and gowns, alumni being married and standing there, the whole thing. They take this really serious, which they should. They should be very proud of this, and they are. You can hear them practicing on the field in the background. I'll be right back with you. One thing I always try to point out, if possible, when I'm at places that are rather historical, we're right here now in the western side of Heritage Hall, and you're looking at this beautiful oak right here. Now, this is one of these trees that you could easily call a witness tree. The acorns all over the ground. There's no doubt this tree was here before they built this facility in 1905. And of course, over here at North Hall, the School of Business. Certainly is a witness tree. And you can see how they've respected it. And they've got sawn boards on tree logs, cut stumps all the way around it, that you can sit here underneath this tree. And I don't know the story of these. They may have been cut from one of the trees that had to be removed. I don't know, but I bet you there's a story. You can see right here a couple of others, not near as old as this one. Well, that's pretty cool to think after all these years. Just think of the guys that are building this. And when I say guys, there were a few women back in the day that were in this type of work. And so when I mention, guys or use that terminology, I'm not leaving out the ladies. That's for sure. But I can tell you that this tree was probably big enough that they may have been able to get a little shade under it when they took breaks. But I would imagine that this tree was about a quarter the diameter of one of these. So So I don't know how big of a shade tree she would have been, but she was here. With this being a witness tree and a circle around it, I'm counting 6 benches. This could very well be Native American inspired. Of course, in Kalamazoo, around the area, this was one of the focal points of Native American history in the area. And this could very well be a sacred site. I'll have to look into that a little bit further. I know someone I can ask. It sure is a grand old oak. We stay here a couple more minutes, we're going to have a real nice sunset. I'll be right back with you. I talked a little bit about North Hall and Western's School of Business. This is a closer look at it. And this too had large wings coming out the sides, going out the back. This is just the portico, if you will. The entrance. You can see right up here North Hall. The oculus window on the top, of course, is filled in. But they did a good job of saving the stonework and all the original bricks and so forth. And you can go right up the steps and in. It's like this. Just like this, and this was all a building all along here. School of Business. Now we can walk out like this and maybe catch a little bit of the sunset right here from between the pillars of North Hall. I'll be right back with you. Well, this, folks, back in the day, used to be an incline railway. And down at the bottom, there was a little incline cogwheel train, if you will. And it would ride on a cogwheel type track up here to the top, where there was a little platform, and the students could get off and walk on over to School of Business that was right there. They lived down below in the Vine Street neighborhood that we seen a few minutes ago. Of course, all these trees, these were not here, and this is quite a slope that was here, and it's all been removed, and the steps were placed there years ago. Go up here and take a little look across the valley. Okay, we have a little pastel sunset off here to the east across the valley. And it's getting a little weaker. But within the next week, I'll come up here and do a sunrise. And these trees should be about 2/3 to 3/4 on. and that'll make a really, really nice picture from up here. I'm sure the news will be up here, and a whole bunch of other people. There's been painters that come up here and sit and paint. Right now it's 45 degrees out and the temperature's dropping. There's wind at about 15 to 18 miles an hour. And so I'm out here in just my cap and a couple of shirts and my photography clothing. Hi, thank you for watching. Appreciate it. Appreciate you for hitting that thumbs up button and also for subscribing. I sure appreciate that. And I think I'm going to end this video. Turn it back here on the landscape there. Yes. Until next time. It's always a pleasure. Thanks for coming along this little walk. Have a great day. I thought I'd better add this rain. Got some precipitation here falling over the valley. There's a little curtain of it. The tops behind there to the northeast. Pretty cool. Have a great night.